Hi everybody, this is foXnoMad, and today I want to help you travel smarter by reviewing these headphones, which are 4 years old, they're obsolete, they've been to over 50 countries, and they're not officially waterproof, but these are the most indestructible headphones I have ever used. Now, the purpose of my road tested series is to see how well a piece of hardware or luggage or travel item holds up over a long period of time. So usually when you do a review of a product, you do them in the beginning when they're new, and it's hard to see how durable they are when you just have a couple of weeks to test something out. And these Taotronic 4.0 were just sort of an impulse decision, just sort of an impulse buy. At the time, I think they were only $20, Bluetooth wireless headphones used for sports. And honestly, they've been quite surprising, and they still work despite the beating and the negligence and just utter abuse that I have put these headphones through. So let me start with some specs. So these headphones are not made anymore. There's actually a version 5 that has Bluetooth 5, and those earbuds are actually smaller, so the part that goes in your ear is actually a lot smaller than these sort of bulky version. You can sort of tell that this was kind of a first attempt at making Bluetooth wireless headphones for Taotronics. Second of all, the battery life. So the battery life officially was about 4 to 5 hours, although I've used these things for 10 hours easily. And the battery power consistently went above and beyond expectations. And since this is a road tested, it's worth mentioning that these headphones still work and still give me about 6 to 7 hours of battery life over heavy use. And I've been using these for 4 years regularly to keep testing them to see how well they'll do over a long period of time. And they easily give me 6 to 7 hours of battery time. And I think a lot of that has to do with how bulky the actual earbuds are, since that's where the battery is stored. Bulkier earbud means better battery life. So if you look at the version 5.0 of these headphones, the earbuds are a lot smaller, but they don't have as good of battery life. So I've tried those out. You'll get about 4 to 5 hours, which is pretty decent for a pair of Bluetooth wireless headphones, but that's not as great as getting a solid 10 hours. Obviously, the trade-off is how big the earbuds themselves actually are. But one thing I really like about these earbuds is that they stay in your ear. All wireless Bluetooth headphones are a problem for me. They don't actually stay in my ears. So especially the sports variety, when you're running, when you're at the gym, when you're jumping up and down and so on, they tend to fall out of my ears. So what I like about these is they've got these rubber tips here on the edge, which are really good at keeping them in your ear. So that was a nice surprise to have, and I didn't have a lot of expectations, and at $20 these were actually kind of a nice surprise that they actually stayed in my ear and gave me that much battery life. Now, as far as the sound quality goes, to be honest, compared to the newer version of the 5.0 Taotronic headphones, I really like the sound quality of these. It's not great, but the sound is much more full, and it gives you a lot more bass than a lot of competing wireless headphones that have the smaller earbuds. Again, I think this is one of those things where having the larger earbud is actually an advantage. They can fit more hardware in there, and it can produce a lot more bass, a lot more of the lower tones that the smaller earbuds don't give you. So if you look at some of my more recent earbud reviews, you'll notice 2 complaints aside from staying in your ears. The second complaint I have with almost all of them is the bass. They're really good in the mid-tones, they're really good in the higher range, but when it comes to that bass, when your music is going and you just want to hear that boom, 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 it's more like a nothing, nothing, nothing. Yeah, these headphones are not going to give you the deep bass like you'll get from a pair of over-ear headphones like the Audio-Technica 50, for example, but they do give you enough that it's not noticeable when it's not there. In other words, earbuds that have a smaller actual physical component on the ear, and the bass is supposed to be there in the music, you really notice it's not there. With these, it's not as noticeable. Now, one thing I really have to mention is the one surprise feature that I didn't know about these headphones is they're not actually IP rated for any kind of water resistance. I think somewhere in the instruction manuals it noted that they were sweat resistant, which is true, these are sweat resistant. I never had any problem with the sweat resistance of these headphones, but I realized how waterproof they actually are when I accidentally washed them in the laundry the first time. So I must have just taken these off, take my shirt off, thrown it in the laundry directly. The headphones were there, they got a full wash, and I was like, that's it, these headphones are dead. Hit the on button and they still work. And because I'm an idiot, I actually accidentally washed them 2 more times in the laundry accidentally, and they still work. So it got me thinking, what if I wash these on purpose? Would they still work? Full wash, and what do you know? They still work. That's the kind of durability that you don't expect from a product. It's not something that's advertised, but it's really nice to know that it's there. It's a really surprising feature or accidental feature from a pair of headphones that are only $20. So I don't know what this says for a lot of the other Taotronics products, which I have found remarkably durable considering how inexpensive they are. And I think that's because they're built from this basic perspective. We're not here to make the best headphones. We're here to make really good headphones that are inexpensive and that are going to last you a long time. And the Taotronic 4.0 have done just that. They still work. They're still a good pair of headphones. Despite how clunky they are physically, they just work. And 4 years on, they keep working. So I might actually have an upcoming more rigorous physical durability test on these headphones to see how much they can actually survive. But for now, if you wanted a pair of really, really inexpensive, durable, and surprisingly good earbuds for less than $20, then these Taotronic 4.0 would have done a good job. I think it says a lot about their future products. The 5.0, they don't have the best battery life, but they are still as durable. And yes, you can wash them in the laundry machine, accidentally or not. It's not recommended, but if it happens, you might be in luck. Thanks very much for watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Check out the merch, and I will see you in the next video. How unappealing they are, despite how clunky they are physically, despite how clunky they are